Okay, so we're gonna get this. We're gonna have to go with the way that we have right now. So you guys might notice I have my main screens in front of me, and that's what I usually look at. And this is my laptop. And usually I'm looking to the left because that's my cheat sheet. But now I'm gonna be looking right at you guys when I'm actually looking at my cheat sheet. So we'll see how that goes. So it's gonna look a little different. All right. So let me get to the top. So welcome everyone. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. I think this is gonna be a really exciting video seminar. I mean, how can I say it? I think ASH analysis, sample analysis it's like the future. I know it sounds pretty dramatic, but I really believe it is. And I'm hoping today that you'll see like, wow, like we are just at the very tip of the iceberg kind of thing. We're right at the beginning of what we can do with ASH data. And I'm hoping today you're going to be like, wow, Craig, that is just freaking amazing, man. And then you'll kind of catch the vision for this. I mean, we really got into this in the last LVC, which just finished, I think, the last week or the week before. And we really I pushed it further than I'd ever pushed it before with people. And I think the guys really liked it. So, okay, so awesome ASH. Okay, this is really like part 2 from what we talked about just a couple weeks ago. But I'm going to specifically, really the focus is SQL runtimes. We're going to infer SQL runtimes using ASH data. But to do this correctly, we're going to have to understand parallel query and what that looks like in ASH data. Okay, and then just to make it more interesting and more, I'll say, practical, we're going to also need to put in the execution plans. And that's when I think if you haven't done this kind of thing before, you're going to be like, oh, now I see the power that we're looking at here. So let's get into this, all right? So we are recording. I have a typing log, and I don't want to show the URL for the typing log because the introduction will have that on it. So, okay, so here we go. So can you see my screen and hear me? Just give me another like, yeah, Craig, it's all good, before I just launch into this thing. Oh, hey, Kathy. Good to see you guys all too. It's nice that I recognize people here. Kathy, Carol, Darren, Dimitri, Jeffrey's here, Mark. All right, this goes on and on and on. That's so cool. All right. So let's get going. So here's the situation, right? So the phone rings, typically a fast running SQL statement, it's now slow. So something's like different, right? And one of the culprits, and one of the things I always stress with people, while I don't do a lot of SQL tuning stuff on the OraPub membership right now, that is one of the first things you need to check is, did the plan change? Because the autonomous optimizer screws up, okay, and doesn't always make the best choice. So with AWR, our analysis capabilities, they are limited. Okay, they are limited. Sure, we can see when like a plan has changed and we get some details, but we don't have near the amount of detail that we have with the ASH data. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about inferring runtimes. So these are the two key things, the runtimes and the execution plan. So we'll be able to tell, like, execution A for the SQL statement typically runs around this time, this runtime, and this execution plan runs this time. And so we can do some data analysis on both of those. And then we can look at, well, what was the user actually experiencing? Like, which plan were they running? And you can learn about, like, well, that was a bad plan. Why is that happening? And then, we can go down that kind of path. So we're going to be able to do that. And I'm not going to go deep on any one of these. I'm just going to kind of walk you through it. I'm going to leave you with the SQL, and we're going to use the ASH. We're going to use the ASH Scratchpad and that, and a couple ASH queries. Okay. Blah, 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 yeah. And parallel query is important for us to understand. So this kind of stuff is what I drill into in the ASH LVC. The next one's going to be in January, I think. We're not sure. Katrina and I are still trying to figure that out. So we're going to use 2 scripts today. They're both in the ASH Scratchpad. One's the timeline script, and the other is the top anything script, which is really what kind of launched this whole little series of webinars here. Okay. All right. So let the typing begin.